Include the U.S., France, of course, India, Indonesia, Saudi Arabia, Chile, Brazil, Norway, South Korea, UAE, Japan, Sweden, Canada, Mexico, the UK, Denmark, Australia, China, Germany, and Italy. These mission innovation partners span 5 continents. They represent 57% of the world's population and include the top 5 most populous countries in the world: India, China, the U.S., Indonesia, and Brazil. Nations in this coalition emit 67% of the world's total greenhouse gas emissions and 73% of the CO2 from electricity. These nations also represent the full range of energy sources and commercial interests. They include some of the largest oil and gas producers in the world: the U.S., Canada, Saudi Arabia, Brazil, UAE, Mexico, Norway, and Indonesia. Many with high penetration of renewables in their power sectors, such as Canada, Norway, Denmark, Brazil, and Chile. And finally, many coal producers, including the U.S., Australia, and India. Regardless of their current vested energy interests, members of Mission Innovation collectively recognize 2 critical needs. The transformation of global energy markets to effectively address climate change will now require extraordinary ways and means, and innovation has a preeminent role in this transformation. To help meet these critical needs, each of the countries in Mission Innovation has committed to doubling their government's investment in clean energy R&D over the next 5 years. We are in the process of the countries developing their baselines as to what that doubling means. The U.S. just put out its budget, and I'll tell you a little bit about what our doubling means in a minute. This commitment to doubling is not trivial. The best available information says that this group of nations collectively represents almost 80% of all government investment in clean energy R&D. Again, doubling that amount over 5 years will have a significant impact in the world. It also sends a clear signal to the energy industry, including oil, gas, and coal. I have a natural gas background. That's what I'll be talking about this afternoon. But it does send a signal that members of Mission Innovation are very serious. Mission Innovation is flexible, and it recognizes the unique needs, energy mixes, and energy innovation ecosystems of each of its partners, who will invest in transformational clean energy innovation in different ways. CCS, as I mentioned, coal plant efficiency, distributed generation in India may, for example, represent some of the best innovation pathways for your country and for others as well. In addition, Mission Innovation members will also focus on international collaboration. Such collaborations with India already include the U.S.-India Energy Dialogue, PACE, the Clean Energy Ministerial, which will be meeting in California in June, and the Joint Clean Energy R&D Center. This investment is necessary but not sufficient. Large-scale penetration of clean energy technologies will require that smart investment by governments be followed by smart private sector investments. That's why, as Professor Armstrong mentioned, Mission Innovation is complemented by a separate private sector-led effort. This parallel initiative, spearheaded by Bill Gates, he actually was the driver behind this and started all of this by calling Secretary Moniz. This initiative is a coalition of 28 significant private capital investors from 10 countries, including Ratan Tata and Mukesh Ambani from India. This Breakthrough Energy Coalition has committed to investing in clean energy technologies to move them from laboratory to marketplace in those countries that are participating in Mission Innovation. So this Breakthrough Energy Coalition will be investing billions of dollars in the 20 countries that are members of Mission Innovation. The Breakthrough Energy Coalition, in leading by example, could help pave the way for a range of investor support to support high-risk, high-reward technologies that emerge from government investments. These governments are making a pipeline of options for the private sector to come along and invest in. It also sends a strong signal to the energy industry. There are significant commercial and economic development opportunities in accelerating a cleaner energy future. The U.S. government, as I noted, was a key driver of mission innovation and is committed to doubling the level of federal funding for clean energy over a 5-year period, starting with the budget that we just put out last week. At DOE, this translates into about $4.6 billion by fiscal year 2021. And this trajectory is reflected in our budget, which has a 21% increase in what we are defining as clean energy in our budget. The initiative at DOE to implement mission innovation will include diversified programs and ideas. It is an all-of-the-above initiative focused on low and no-carbon technologies, including renewables, nuclear, CCS for coal, gas, and industrial applications, energy efficiency, demand, and a range of end-use options. We would like to work with India on all of these, and I would note India is already a leader in the use of LED light bulbs, distributing, I believe, over 770 million of those light bulbs. We recognize the immensity and complexity of this challenge. Also, the world has abundant conventional energy supplies, and energy is essential for bringing the least developed nations out of poverty. There is a direct correlation between per capita electricity consumption and a country's location on the Human Development Index. I am, as a policymaker, unwilling to ignore the benefits of affordable, abundant energy, nor can I ignore the critical and urgent need to address climate change, an issue so serious it raises both energy and national security issues. In the end, it is technology and innovation that will enable us to address these imperatives, and I look forward to working with you on both. Thanks again, and I look forward to the conference. Thank you.